YouTube, what's going on? It's preaching. So I took this here Walgreens load from Jacksonville to Jupiter because it's only like 35 miles away from my house, right? And it was paying all right. It was paying my minimum, $750, right? So I'm like, okay, I go ahead and take it, and I didn't like it at first because it picks up at 7 o'clock in the morning and it delivers 6 o'clock midday. So I was like, man, but I could PC home after I finish. Plus, I just stayed like 35 minutes away from here, so it wasn't a big deal. I ain't want to hold on to this thing all day. So I went home and I was on home for about like 4 hours, and I came back out to deliver this load. So then I get here, and then they tell me, well, you have to drop your trailer and come back in 36 hours. I said, oh no, I ain't doing that. So he goes to show me on the bill of lading, on the back of the bill of lading, not even on the first page. It's on the very back, the end page. It says that you're supposed to drop your trailer for 36 hours and then call to see if it's ready for them to pick up. I said, listen here, I ain't finna do that. You can forget about that. I got a load I got to pick up Friday. So, nah, and that load I'm picking up Friday pay me more than this in load too. So the load I'm picking up Friday is $850. So I'm like, I ain't finna do that. You can forget about that. He said, well, go ahead and do it, and then just call this number. It'll tell you when your trailer ready. I said, you know what? Okay, what door? So he gave me the door to pull up, right? And then, I'm inside this door. Well, y'all can't see it. It's not like it's late. It's still early, but it get dark. It get dark real fast. So I get up to the door. I back into the door, and I stay hooked up. So now I call the company that I'm contracted with, right? So then they handle all broker problems. And I told them about my broker problem. I said, listen here, I was nice to the person up in here. I just did what they said. But they talking about I'm supposed to drop my trailer, have my trailer for 36 hours. I can't do that. I got another load. I said, plus that wasn't on the rate con, and that wasn't discussed when I talked with this broker. I even called the broker about 9:30 this morning and asked if they can get the appointment time moved earlier. Because I'm talking about, at 6 o'clock. I'm like, man, so then they gonna call me back and tell me, well, nah, they couldn't get it moved, and this Walgreens here is very strict about their appointment times and stuff. So I'm like, well, all right, it is what it is. So now when I get here, this other guy telling me this mess. So I'm like, okay, how in the world you go from calling them to see if I can get this load that I'm on scheduled earlier than 6 o'clock, and you told me no, but you ain't saying anything about that I'm supposed to drop my trailer for 36 hours. So I told him, listen, man, I don't have a problem. I said, I'll drop my trailer for 36 hours, take me a 34-hour reset. So, I don't have a problem, but y'all going to have to cover the cost of my load that I had yesterday that I got to cancel. So then, they wanted me to send over the rate con and everything, because I told them it was $850. So you got $850 to go 261 miles. I'm like, yeah, 261 miles for 800. You want to see the rate con? Here you go. So then showed them the rate con. About 30 minutes later, they call me, be like, yeah, it's a live load. Yeah, it's a live load. They're going to start unloading you. And then next day I know, my light turned red and got a forklift in there unloading my trailer. I said, oh, so I guess you don't want to pay that $850. No. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. I cancel my load, but you gonna pay for it. You will pay for it. I'm like, no, 36. It's not on the rate con. It's not on nothing. None of my paperwork. It's on the bill of lading, but that's you get your bill of lading after they didn't load you up, after they didn't put this in chain, lock, seal, and stuff on my truck. And I'm like, and I ain't even look at the back of the bill of L. I'm just signing what they tell me to sign it. Then what you do, you put them on your clipboard, then you go. I'm not thinking to go all the way through it for little stuff that they got. I'm like, man, which is probably my fault. I should look at the bills of lading and everything like this because I could have addressed that problem, at 9 o'clock when I was finished unloading. I could have addressed it then. So by the time I got here, everything would have been, squared away. So I chop it up as a lesson learned. Let me look at all the bill of ladings, the front pages, and behind the pages, because it wasn't like it was, like the second page. No, it's behind the page. So you got to turn the page over, and then it's behind the page when it says all that. So I kind of felt like they tricked me a little bit. And I was telling them, man, I said, man, it's coming from Walgreens to this Walgreens, both distribution centers.